Hey, what's up, guys? It's Grim. Talking Game of Thrones today. Oh boy. Episode 1 of Season 6 came out the other day. So let's recap. Let's talk about it, man. I love me some Game of Thrones talk. Let's talk Game of Thrones. Seriously, love this time of year. Game of Thrones year? It's the most wonderful time of year. Better than Christmas, better than Halloween. It's a shame. I think there's only going to be one more season after this. I think, anyway. So I've heard. It's going to be a 13 episode season though, which means extra epicness. But anyway, let's recap the first episode of season 6, shall we? Jon Snow still dead. That's right. You heard it here first. Jon Snow is still dead, but they keep the body around, which is curious. I was wondering, okay, all them brothers of the Night's Watch stabified Jon Snow and just left him there. But then later on, Alistair, got everyone together and fessed up to the crime. It's like, why would they just leave the body there then? Why wouldn't they be like, string him up and be like, this is what happens to traitors? That's my Alistair Thorne impression. Say what you want about the man, he's a bit of a scumbag, but I absolutely love his voice. I've been trying to emulate it for a while. Brothers of the Night's Watch, Jon Snow was a turtle dick and I killed him. I can't really do it. I wish I could. But, yeah, they're keeping around Jon Snow's body for some reason. It's sort of indicating that he's coming back. I don't know, man. My original theory of him just being dead might be going out the window. I'm questioning that a bit. Something I was thinking about, what if he becomes a White Walker? Yeah? You think that's a possibility? Maybe, okay, speculation time. Maybe he becomes a White Walker and then, goes up north and talks to some of the White Walker higher-ups and realizes, hey, turns out they're not so bad. Maybe. It's a possibility. Who knows? Let's see. I like Alistair Thorne's discussion with the Night's Watch after he kills Jon Snow, too, at the meeting. He's like, loyalty is, super important in junk to the Night's Watch. And then he admits to killing Jon Snow. It's like, do as I say, not as I do, right? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure loyalty involves not killing your superior. Just going on a whim there. But, yeah, I think we can all agree that Alistair's lost sight of the true purpose of the Night's Watch, which is to combat the White Walkers and not to kill wildlings, to guard the realms of men, dog. And, whatever. Yeah, that's the whole beef there. Whatever. What's gonna happen with the wildlings, though, too? Jon Snow was the only one keeping the wildlings from not killing everybody. Now, I feel like the wildlings are probably gonna rally behind the cause of Davos Seaworth and his crew. Possibly kill off the Night's Watch. It's possible. Killing off Jon Snow was a really dumb move on their part. Now the wildlings are gonna kick their ass, man. Whatever. Let's keep it up north and go to Sansa. Brienne, Pod, Reek, and Sansa all start their own little Goonies crew. That's cool. I kind of saw that one coming. Also, I want to point out, there's a scene in that episode where Reek and Sansa go through a river. And this seems to be a theme lately. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Revenant, but they do that a lot in that movie too. I haven't actually seen it. I just heard about it. They go through rivers a lot in the dead of winter. Now, I live up north. I'm from Montana. There's a river, and it snows, and it gets very cold. And if you go through a river in the middle of winter, you're probably gonna die. I mean, it's not pleasant. And if you don't know about death by freezing, I would recommend reading Into Thin Air by John Krakauer. It's about a bunch of guys that go up Mount Everest, and the expedition goes awry. And some people die up there, which happens quite a bit on Everest. But freezing to death is one of the worst ways to go out, man. It's not pleasant. Okay. Oh god, there was one guy in the book that was left to freeze to death, except he didn't die. And he actually survived and came back down the mountain. He was just, like, super effed. Like, he was covered in frostbite and had to get, like, tons of amputations. Yeah, I think he has a book. Anyway, I've gone off topic. Anyway, read that book. It's good. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the Boltons go and hunt after him. And Reek, being the genius he is, he's like, yeah, Son's dead. Don't look for her. And they immediately call him out. God, Reek sucks at lying. Seriously. And then, yeah, Brienne and Pod show up and save the day. Reek also grabs a sword and picks up the fight. And I gotta say, I'm seeing a trend here. I think Reek is starting to turn back into Theon a bit. Yeah. He also recommends to go up north to the Night's Watch, like all this crew Reek does. But I mean, it's so dumb, right? Because the Boltons know. Okay, if I were the Boltons and I was looking for Sansa and I couldn't find her, where in the north would I look to see where she was going? To her family, which is to the Night's Watch, right? Isn't that freaking obvious? If they actually go to the Night's Watch, I think it'd be really dumb. They should go to the Iron Islands. Okay, theorizing. Maybe they start going up north and they realize this plan is dumb. And then as they progress, Reek is on the process of turning back into Theon. Because he kind of already is, right? Like, Reek wouldn't pick up a sword against a Bolton, right? But Theon would. And so that's why I think Theon's, sprouting his balls back a little bit. So I think maybe they're going to start north and realize it's a dumb idea. Maybe Theon's going to be like, we should go to the Iron Islands. I still have some say there. Not really, but sort of. I mean, it's better than up north, which is the obvious second place that they would go. So maybe, I don't know. That's what I want to see to happen, I think. Because they got to do stuff in the Iron Islands. They have to. They freaking have to do stuff in the Iron Islands this season. I feel like it's a must, but I've been wrong before. This could be another time. Let's move on to Cersei in King's Landing. I think Cersei's going to be the next Mad Queen, man. That's the impression I'm getting. She is pretty messed up over all the bad crap that's been happening to her lately. She found out that her daughter died, was murdered, and she's going a bit crazy. So I kind of want to see that happen. I just want to see her go full Mad Queen and like start murdering people left and right, like the sparrows and stuff. I think that would make for great TV watching. I always call it a movie, but it's not a movie. It's a TV show. May as well be a movie. It's like a movie they pump out every week, once a year for 10 weeks. Anyway, Marjorie is being interrogated in this. This is so dumb. Okay, can I point out how dumb the sparrows are? They lock someone in a room. They're like, confess. If you do that to someone, they'll confess to freaking anything after a while. Like, I confessed. I pooped in the bed. I don't know. I mean, that's so dumb. I really think Marjorie should have taken a page out of Tyrion's book when he was locked up in the Eyrie. And he was like, I need to confess. And then they bring him to court. He's like, I confessed. I fucked a hooker once or twice. Okay, maybe a few more times. Just start confessing to dumb shit. Like, I peed in that guy's boots or something. Is that what he confessed to? I can't remember. It was so long ago. Marjorie doesn't do that. She's kind of dumb. So, they're playing good cop, bad cop with her, which is hilarious that she can't see through that, but whatever. Let's go to Dorne. Okay, this is like the biggest thing that happened this episode, I feel. I mean, you may not as a TV watcher, but as like a book person, this is a big deal. Doran Martell getting whacked, and his bodyguard getting... Okay, in the book, his bodyguard is like uber badass, right? Super badass, like unfuckwittable. This guy, and like one of the what do they call them? The sand vipers or something? Sand serpents? I can't remember. One of Oberyn Martell's daughters just like shiv. I'm making the motion of the shiving motion. You can't see it clearly, but anyway, just one shiv to the back and he's instantly dead. Like, come on, man. You wouldn't. Nah, so dumb. And then yeah, Duran gets killed too. The show made him out to be such a wiener. Like, just a spineless bitch, man. In the book, he's not that way. He's extremely calculating. Like, he's got, like, tons of plans in the mix, but we're never gonna see that now, because, like, you know, dead. I don't. This is a point where they're probably gonna deviate a lot. Like the TV show and the book, they're gonna deviate a lot. Because Duran Martel in the book is just calculating, super genius. But not anymore. Not in the show. He dead. So, it's a little upsetting to me, you know. I wanted to see him do stuff, but, meh. Guess that's not gonna happen. Back to ASOS. I love the back and forth between Tyrion Lannister and Varys. Man, they work so well together, man. It's such a good. I think Varys is just good. Just good with any other actor. I don't like him and Littlefinger's back and forth were really good too. He's just, I don't know. Something about Varys, he's a great support character, man. He makes other characters look amazing. Not that Tyrion needed to look any more amazing, but you know, now he does. They're walking through the streets, and there's a little scene. You may have just tuned it out, but there's the Lord of Light people that do worship in Marine really have Dany's back, man. I feel like that's gonna have some repercussions. Know what I'm saying? Like, the night is dark and full of terrors. We need Daenerys Targaryen to save us. I feel like maybe they're gonna rally together and do something. I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be a holy war, man, between the Lord of Light and the Seven. Whoa. I speculate a lot of wars, I've noticed, and I don't think they're ever gonna come true. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe. And then, yeah, Varys and Tyrion are walking through the streets and they find out the fleet of ships has been burned. Why? I don't know. Maybe that's just how terrorism works. I don't know how terrorism works, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a terrorist. But, is senseless... I feel like they should go after strategic targets, not just senseless violence. Maybe. I don't know. I guess a fleet is sort of strategic. But did they not have anybody defending their fleet? Where are the freaking Unsullied, man? This is dumb. I don't know. They need more people, like, guarding that place or something. They need more police. They need to turn Marine into a police state or something. I don't know. Let's see. So, who knows what's going on there. I hope Tyrion's gonna figure this shit out, right? Like, if anybody can figure out who's the fucker in Marine, it's gonna be Tyrion. And Varys together, yeah, they'll get it going. I have faith in them. Let's see. Dany captured by Dothraki and is gonna be brought to the old folks' home, the Khaleesi old folks' home. Well, at least she didn't get raped. That's plus. 'Cause they were really plugging that whole rape thing with her, man. I like how she just stood there stoically while they were talking about her in Dothraki, expecting that she didn't know Dothraki. She totally knew Dothraki, man. God love how she deals with the call, too. That's the Dany I love right there. I saw a glimpse of her. I haven't seen her in a while, but I saw a glimpse of her in that episode, man. She's all like, I am the Khaleesi, and I spouted off all her titles, and like, you can't fuck with me, bitch. That's the Khaleesi I love. That's the Daenerys I love, and I hope she comes back. I've missed her. She hasn't been around for a very long time, and I hope she comes back. Let's see. Going to Arya. Arya's undergoing blind badass training, which involves sitting around being a beggar and getting hit in the face with a stick. Now, they don't really stress this point in the show, but like in the books, they say that the point of her being a blind beggar person is to be able to learn like the secrets of the street, because people talk and no one notices the beggars, right? They're just sort of in the background, but there's a lot of things you can learn by just like not seeing but listening to people on the streets, and that was kind of the point of her training. I don't think they had anyone kicking the shit out of Arya every day in the books. I mean, that's cool. If you're gonna be a blind badass, you gotta undergo blind badass training. So that's just Arya's shtick now. Ha! Stick, get it? Because she gets hit in the face with sticks all the time. You see what I did? Anyway, and then we finish out the episode with Melisandre, who is clearly questioning her faith at this point, right? Like, everything she sees in the fire isn't coming true anymore. And then she turns into a super old lady. And yeah. Turns out she's super old. Who knew? Yeah, like, older than dirt, man. So, I guess this is sort of... I feel like her story is sort of going towards she's going to bring Jon Snow back to life. But who knows? Who knows? I still want to say Jon Snow is just dead. I'm kind of happy with him just being dead. I don't mind at all. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with her? It's hard to say, really. Anyway, I just want to recap this by saying I feel like not much happened this episode, you know? Other than the Doran Martell thing, not a whole lot happened, but I guess that's sort of the run of the course for Game of Thrones nowadays. Like, it sort of happened last season, too. Like, not much happened, not much happened, not much happened. Then a whole bunch of crap happens all in one episode. And then not much happened, not much happened, not much happened. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to recreate the Red Wedding moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, to shock you all at once and then just, I don't know. It's sort of like building a contrast. You know what I'm saying? Like, not much happens, and then all this crap happens, sort of to go for shock value. But I feel like we're so dulled, our senses are so dulled to it, that it doesn't really have the same impact as it did with the Red Wedding, you know? It's sort of like a drug addict does a bunch of heroin or something, and then over the course of time, heroin has less of an effect on him or something. We're dulled to shock anymore, and... it's a bit of a shame. So, I don't know. I wish they wouldn't do that. Stop trying to recreate the Red Wedding and just, like, give us a steady flow of stuff happening instead of, like, nothing, nothing, nothing all at once. That's what I want. I doubt it's going to happen. What are you going to do? Anyway, that's the recap. I hope more stuff happens next episode. I'm really hoping the stuff happens, but we will see. Anyway. See you guys next week. Laters.